Hello, well then, welcome to Code or Not to Code. I'm Millie Eva, and as always, I'm very happy to be here today. And I'm here with Stefan. How are you doing?
I am doing great. Well, although I guess we have good and bad news. Good news is we have not been banned yet on Twitch, so that's good. The bad news is, well, unlike our streams, the days are getting shorter, aren't they, on our side of the
Oh,
equator?
yeah, but that's not a bad thing. The days are getting shorter, the nights are getting longer, and that means more sleep for everyone, right? Or at least more tiredness.
Hmm.
So, and also less heat. I mean, these streams have
Fair
always
point.
been wonderful, but I do feel like sometimes the heat is getting to my brain and yeah, making making things quite difficult. So, there's always an upside and a downside. But yeah, thank you so much for joining, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new to the show, Stefan and I do meet every other week and code together, learn together, laugh together. Stefan has had a lot of experience in well, actually all sorts of topics, but also in like all things Roslyn, which is I guess also what we're going to be diving into more deeply today and have been, I guess, also for like most of the year. And I try and keep up basically. I'm not as experienced. Let's put it that way. But yeah, as I guess all of us, I'm here to learn, and yeah, I can actually always take a little something. Yeah, from the stream every single time, actually. Sometimes it's Roslyn, sometimes we've learned Spanish on the stream, sometimes, there's always something you can learn. Sometimes you learn, certain rules about certain streaming platforms. So, yeah, with that in mind, welcome to the show. If you haven't already, please subscribe to your favorite social media account. Well, not to the social media, well, to us on your favorite social media. Oh my goodness. Because yeah, you probably want to keep up to date with all of our upcoming shows and content. And if you'd like to reach out and ask questions or give suggestions, yeah, that always makes our day, and that's where you'll find us. And yeah, I guess the next couple of fortnights we're going to be a little more regular, but sometimes we do have quite irregular streams, and sometimes that's because we have really, really awesome and amazing guests here, and we sort of try and cater to their schedule. So this is why you'd want to sort of stay up to date with our upcoming shows, because you don't want to miss those really super amazing episodes. And also obviously all of our episodes, you can look them up as well on the social medias listed here. All right, but that's enough of that. I mean, it's a stream, so like and subscribe, you know the drill. But we're also just here to learn something. So let's dive right in with our very popular. Eric's here. Welcome, Eric. Yeah, good news, Eric. We're diving straight into our trivia section. So what have you got for us, Stefan?
MK says also hi and says, hello, backlog. Well, we will eventually be tackling one of our backlog items, one of our many.
It's a rare, it's a rare occurrence, but today is the day.
We usually pile up, yeah. Talking about multi-targeting. So just before the stream, we created a new project. Well, we created 3 new projects. One of them is an MS Build test project. And it just targets net 9. And you do that with with Target Framework. What you can do is you can do the plural Target Frameworks, and then your project is compiled multiple times. For example, also for .NET 8. Now we multi-target that project. We could also target, let's say, .NET Framework, which is net 4.6.2, I think is the latest .NET Framework release. So we now have 2 .NET cores and 1 .NET Framework. And well, if this was a library, then we would get 3 different versions of that library targeting different versions of .NET. With a test project, you basically now have your test project compiled 3 times. So you can run these tests under different target frameworks. And when we take a peek at the tests, we see that, yeah, these tests indeed exist 3 times for those 3 target frameworks. And although we just have a singular test, quite an empty test, we target 3 different frameworks. Now, that's not where the fun really begins. The fun that begins, what if I'm using a feature that exists in modern.NET, but not in, let's say, .NET framework? Let's say span. Maybe we have a string. Text. And we would like to get, okay, I'm now saying a bit of a, not sure if it really makes sense, but basically cutting off the first and the last letter. And we want to use that with a cool span. So we could say as span. Oops. And then slice into it, cutting off the first and going text.length -1, 2 in this case. We should also get a hint. So, and then we, again, toString it so we can return something out of this test. No, wait a minute. Does a test method actually return something? No, they are void. Let's actually assert it. And then I was not thinking of a benchmark. And now we could assert that the length of the span is 2. And the first character is E. And the second character is X. I definitely mixed up the, have I? That's not assert, that's assert are equal, my bad. And we have the, I think there is an assert. Is there an assert length? No, not sure. I guess we could also set up fluent assertion, but now just for a quick test. Did I do anything wrong? Expected is first. So should be like so. And if I would try to run this test now, it works on net 9.
Mm-hmm.
It works on net 8.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it work on net standard? Why does net standard? Why does net framework? The framework doesn't have span, does it? Does .NET Framework not have span? That surprised me. I would have expected it to fail.
Yeah, same.
That's interesting. Let's target an older version of .NET.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, another good thing about like the days getting shorter is that November's coming closer. November's usually new version, right?
.NET 10 is coming up. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, .NET Framework. Oh, did .NET Framework get span support? I totally missed that. Cool. No, but this now doesn't build because of some NuGet things, I suppose.
5 minutes into the stream, already learned something.
This works flawlessly. Why is it not able? Is .NET Framework not work on? Oh, yeah. Okay, now that's embarrassing. Maybe net 5, net 6. There is span support. That's troubling me. No. Okay. I was hoping there wasn't span support. Do you know anything that exists in? No, I can't even get the tests one.
Collection expressions or something.
Sure what we did wrong. Yeah. Oh, yes. Let's take a peek at that's a good point. So let's say we have a list. No, but their collection expressions are language. So they kind of will work. Well, maybe not for.
What is?
No, that's embarrassing. I was hoping to find. Anyway, well, let's say this wasn't working because I would have expected that span doesn't work for .NET Framework. Now, if this wasn't working, how would we still get this to work? Well, with multi-targeting or with preprocessor directives, because you get how does it work? You get depending on the target framework you use, you get preprocessor directives automatically declared. For example, when we target .NET Framework 4.6.2, we would get this preprocessor directive, as well as .NET 4.6.2 or greater and all of the below, because, well, they are that or lower, but not greater. Yes. So, of course, when we target .NET 4.6.2, we wouldn't get .NET 4.7 or greater. Likewise with .NET Core, if we target .NET 8 and .NET 9, well, for .NET 9, we also get all of these. And for .NET 8, we get all of these. So we kind of know, because they add new APIs in every version of .NET, and .NET 10 gets, I don't know, 200, 300 more APIs, more types, more methods.
Wow.
And the
300?
I'm just said something, but I could imagine when you count
Really?
members, when you count a member, like a property or a method, all this a new API, then I can imagine it adds up.
All right. Okay.
Like, for example, dictionary has a alternative lookup. Well, not on .NET Framework 6.2, but on .NET 9, it has an alternative lookup. Now, this example doesn't make sense, but just think about the API. If we switch to an older version, .NET 8 doesn't have this. So this wouldn't compile. Now we can actually get this problem of test is not compiling because .NET 8 nor .NET Framework support have this API yet. It was added in .NET 9, so .NET 9 has it, and .NET 10 will have it, and .NET 11 and so on. So what we can now do is say, okay, since I know there's only support on .NET 9 or greater, we could conditionally compile this. And now we see in .NET Framework, this code basically gets eliminated. Since this is a preprocessor directive, this is not part of the effect of the output DLL. This part will be missing in .NET Framework's 4.6.2 target. This code will be missing in the .NET 8 target. It will, however, be available in the .NET 9 target and also in the .NET 10 target and so on, because we said .NET 9 or greater. And then, and so this is how you can do multi-targeting and then add newer APIs to libraries that also, if this was a library, well, it's a test project, so it is an executable. But if this was a library, could usually also target standard .NET Standard 2.0. If you also want to support, well, something like Unity, because I think Unity is still .NET Standard 2.0 or .NET Standard 2.1, to get broadest support and enable newer features for newer target frameworks, but still compile for older target frameworks as well that don't have all of that features just yet.
Awesome. And that's just like the
range shouldn't work. Or because the slice, well, I was expecting, because slice actually, since .NET Frame, I think I know why it works. Because we are including here MS Test. And I guess it's package provide, because if we take a look at span of T on all of the .NET doc side, if you scroll to the bottom, you see where it's supported. And we see it's available in box since .NET Core 2.1. It's also available in .NET Standard 2.1, but it's not available in .NET Standard 2.0, but they provide a compatibility package. I think that's system.memory. So there's a backwards compatibility package that they provide to still have support for these APIs, and same for .NET Framework. .NET Framework out of the box doesn't have it, but it's package provided, and I assume if we now follow the rabbit hole of MS Test and check its dependencies, we will eventually see some, as it knows it, system memory and shim implementation and some polyfilling, we will eventually find system.memory somewhere in this graph, if we would follow it far enough, but it will be somewhere. I guess, can we actually see that? Does Rider show, if we take a peek at the packages, can we search for system.memory? Not quite. But yeah, we would some package open the NuGet tool window, and there's a section for implicit packages. Ooh.
Ah, that's a good shout. If you just scroll down, I think implicitly.
Yes. So if we say memory, so we say system.memory, but I guess now it's searching all available. There we go.
There it is.
So we have some implicitly installed package, and I think there's also a CLI command for that, if I recall correctly. .NET NuGet Y system.memory, I think, and now it shows. So for net 8 and 9, we don't need it. It's already in .NET.
Yeah.
But for net standard on net 4.6.2, it comes via MS test, which has a transitive dependency on test adapter, which has a transitive dependency on VS test bridge, on application insights, and so on. So we actually have two paths of where system.memory is now included. And if this wasn't, this is why I was so surprised. So if we just remove MS test, well, of course, now MS test won't work anymore, but the S span is now also gone on .NET Framework. But if we go to net 8, it's there again. So we could now do the thing that we wanted to do initially, say if net, what did we say? We noticed it was in net core 2.1. So we could say not core app 2.1 or greater, because this is where it was introduced. And then, well, but what do we do? What do we do in, what do we do for .NET? Well, I guess because we couldn't run the tests, so what would we do in lower target frameworks? We could then have an else and provide a fallback implementation where we basically would use not span, but just regular substring. And if we now switch to, so for net 8 and net 9, we get the span implementation, and for net 4.6, we get the substring implementation. And if we now enable, if we now enable MS test again, and have these two target frameworks, there we go, now we have the demo. Let's kill that. So for .NET 9, we get the span version. For framework, we get the other version, and we could now run the tests, and they run different code, depending on the target framework with multi-targeting.
Nice.
Oh, I forgot one comment. Since we have in our we C#.net, as in like we love something, we C#.net. Why C#? Thank you for your kind words.
That would be so funny as well, though. I also love this comment that you had where it's like why, and then you see the implicit things. That's funny. Why C#? We should have
So
like a
there-
little button where when something doesn't work, we can just
yeah.
have like a why C#, like very dramatic, and maybe like a little meme or something. Next year.
Well, I guess in this case it was why nougat.
Why Nugget? Why? Oh.
So there's cases where you need to use process branching, but I can't stress enough how convenient it is to use polyfill packages. Yeah. I believe we had this in one episode as well, where we use polysharp. So what we could also do then, system.memory provides this polyfill, but if we had not all functionality is backfilled from .NET, but then there is projects like polysharp, and also Simon Kropp's polyfill. Those are two projects that backfill newer features for older TFMs. For example, if you can remember, for the init keyword, if we have a property and we want to use the init keyword, now .NET Framework, this will not work because this type is missing. But we can't just provide it. Well, I could just provide it manually. It just needs to be there. And say namespace, let's say internal static. That's it. It just needs to be there. And now it also works on that framework. But it's very tedious if you use the more, well, with .NET Standard, that's frozen. .NET Standard doesn't get new features, and every .NET version gets a ton of new APIs. So if you still need to support .NET Framework, as I need to do it work, it's tedious to do this all manually, and this is where those polyfill packages come in handy that do that for you and automatically. And you can use not all, but a lot of features as if it was .NET 8, 9, 10. Most likely the implementation won't be as fast as it was in box, but at least it will be working.
Yeah.
And now, speaking of multi-targeting, now we will go into multi-targeting Roslyn components for the core of this and the next two episodes.
Yep.
We did build in some episode an source generator. And when we take a look at the NuGet package of this source generator, we see there is analyzers, .NET, C#. This could also be Visual Basic. This is where if you ship Roslyn components like analyzers or generators or code fix providers, there's also code completions and so on. All of these Roslyn components, compiler extensions, they need to be, when you ship them as a NuGet package, in this directory, because this is where the .NET SDK and tooling like Rider and Visual Studio are picking it up from. So it's in analyzers, .NET, C# or Visual Basic, depending whether it's a C# or Visual Basic component, and then put the libraries that should be loaded in here. Now, what if we have built this generator? Well, we haven't, but what if we have built this with a newer version of C# or of the Roslyn C# compiler? So there is a bunch of packages. When we go to Microsoft.code analysis, we see there is code analysis C# and Visual Basic. Well, this is the workspaces version, and using the C# version, for example, this is the package that you need if you want to build analyzers and source generators for C#. Also suppressors. If you want to build any of these, you need to use this package. And if you want to use newer features, we just saw one episode where source generators now have some host output, which was added in one of these versions. Let's say it was added in this version, and we want to use it. Now, the Roslyn compiler is just, well, this this is just a library. But it depends now on who is hosting our source generator. It could be a custom tool, it could be Rider, it could be Visual Studio. What if you have an old, or the .NET SDK? What if you have an older version of the SDK that doesn't support this compiler version just yet? So if we go to the README, there is like this page that gives a bit of an overview of which Roslyn versions are supported where.
Say that 3 times really fast.
Roslyn version supported. For example, if we use Roslyn 4.12, which compiles C#13 code, we need Visual Studio 17.12 or the .NET 9.0.100 SDK. If we were to use Roslyn 9.13, we would need Visual Studio 17.13 or the .NET 9.0.200 SDK. That's because, Visual Studio hosts its own version and it's still .NET Framework. This is why you need to target .NET Standard. With Rider, you have more modern versions of the .NET. Anyway, so those are basically the requirements. If we were targeting Roslyn 4.11, we would need to have at least the 8.0.400 SDK and so on. We see that every quarter there is a new release, there is a new feature band release of the .NET SDK, and every 4 quarters there will be then a new major release. This is how it's versioned, and Roslyn will version also gets a new release every quarter with every feature band of the .NET SDK. If we go to the global config documentation, this shows how this SDK is versioned. It's X, Y, C, and N, where X is the major version, Y is the minor version, which is typically these days always 0. Not sure if there will be a .NET 10.1, very unlikely. Then the feature band and the patch version. Okay, I can't spell version today. For example, in November, when the new .NET comes out, this will be major 10, minor 0, feature band 1, and patch 00, being then the .NET 10.0.100 SDK. That's 100, I just realized.
Oh, yeah, it is.
And this will be then Roslyn. Where are we? Here this then will be dependencies. Sorry, versions. This then will be either it will be 4.16, or if they release a new version of Visual Studio, then they reset the major. That doesn't really have a meaning for Roslyn itself. It's just tied to Visual Studio. So if with .NET 10 the new version of Visual Studio would come out, then it wouldn't be Roslyn 4.16 but 5.0. Since every 3 years or something, new version of Visual Studio. And this is basically how the versioning of the .NET SDK together with Roslyn is. So now what if we target this one, but users still have some .NET 8 SDK. Not sure at which patch version this currently is. I just say something 12. .NET 8 is still supported, but our source generator wouldn't work because we would be using, if we use this version and we are having this new host feature that is not supported on older versions of the SDK that include all the versions of the compiler, then the source generator may break. So it would be cool to now have the same feature for Roslyn to do multi-targeting and use newer features only if they are available. So if I'm using a later version of the SDK, I get the newest feature of the generator, analyzer, whatever. And if I still have an older version of the SDK and an older version of the compiler, I would get at least some of the functionality. Or maybe I get still the same functionality, but not with a more efficient implementation. And so on. But it would still work. And this is now where multi-targeting of Roslyn generators comes in. And we get Toast and Training.
Hello, welcome.
Is the image new? I'm not sure. Is this new since last time?
I think last time I kind of, it was definitely also like in very early stages last time. So I
Is
think,
it now in the? It's like in a box. Is this now Rasten? What's that in English?
I don't know. I don't even
Ge-
know what you just
auf,
said in German.
not a
Okay, but
baker.
it's sort of like pre-baking phase. But
I suppose,
small
yeah.
steps. We'll get there.
I don't know. There was some social media post. I don't know if there's a new version of Visual Studio, but doesn't really. Well, I'm not really sure if this has any. I think this is more marketing, because they do release new features every quarter anyway. I think this is more of a marketing thing. Well, actually, no, it's not, because I think you need to retarget your Visual Studio extensions. So this may be the actual impact. But yeah, no, I don't know. There was some social media posts, but there wasn't no announcement just yet. I'm not sure if you're thinking of the same social media post. I think it was from the lead, from the Visual Studio lead. Some teaser, yeah. But it could mean anything. Just something big is coming up from Visual Studio, whatever that means.
Okay.
Okay, now
right.
we would like to build a bit of a helper tool that facilitates multi-targeting for Roslyn components. And there is a GitHub issue.
Yep.
Well, there's actually a blog post from Andrew Locke explaining it. And also this GitHub issue. So this was, what is this? Is this .NET 5 or 6 or something when this was added? And instead of putting our analyzer into analyzers.net C# or Visual Basic and then the DLL, we can put it instead in analyzers.net Roslyn and then the version number, where this could be, for example, /Roslyn 4.11, /Roslyn 3.12, and so on. And then C# or Visual Basic, and then the component. And we would like to build a tool that helps with that and also provides those preprocessor directives. Well, not a net 8.0, 8_0, but instead Roslyn 4_11 and Roslyn 3_12. And also Roslyn 4_11 or greater, which, and Roslyn 3.12 or greater, where this target would have both of them, but this target only has the 3.12 or greater, not the 3.11 or greater, because this is how we could switch between features that are just not supported yet. And yeah, this is gonna be, I guess, some MS Build chicanery that we have to build now.
Woohoo!
And I suppose also a test. So maybe let's start with a source generator that we then are going to multi-target. Let's make it extra confusing. Because actually, so how I created this project is just add new project and then using the Roslyn source generators template from Rider. The analyzers, source generators, all of the Roslyn components must target net currently, must target net standard 2.0. This may change eventually when Visual Studio also switches to .NET Core, whenever, if ever, always talked about. But yeah, for now we need to target not the standard because, yeah, for example, Rider or the .NET SDK is .NET Core or just .NET, and Visual Studio is .NET Framework. So .NET Standard 2.0 is the common denominator. But we could also multi-target our source generator, for example, to get nullable annotations, because .NET Standard 2.0 has not been annotated with any nullable annotations. There are no question mark. So we don't get any, when we use BCL features like string methods or something, we don't get any warnings about nullability, which is not so cool. So we could multi-target to get those warnings, but still the output must be built with .NET Standard 2.0. That's how it has to be. So we need to select the correct one. That's standard 2.0 in this case. And we could also, build a very small generator. I'm just deleting the, let's make the smallest generator ever. That just registers, that just registers a post-initialization output. Context dot add source, and calls a method create text and gives that the hint name comes first. This would be generated.g.cs, and we generate some text. The rest we can just eliminate and create text. Now, would be cool if we could do something like if Roslyn for 11 or greater, then we return the string Roslyn 11 or greater, else it's 10 or lower. Yeah, cool. So we could also then test not only if the NuGet packages has both targets, but also the correct code is compiled. So we get for 7 and higher this string, and for lower targets that string.
Okay.
MK's it's migrating off from that standard in Visual Studio would be the best feature of all time. Yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe that is what they said about the big feature. I just don't know. Yeah, we'll find out in November perhaps. Yeah. But yeah, then we could also use finally then modern APIs for building source generators. Source generators are sensible when it comes to performance, but we don't have all the new performance features of NetCore yet, because there's newer APIs in the BCL and we just can't use them yet. But maybe eventually. Cool. This can be static, and I suppose then we have no warnings and all is cool. And now, how do we do? So what we could build now is so we can provide a NuGet package that will contain some MS build files that are automatically included in the NuGet package. MS build NuGet package. I hope we find that immediately. .props.targets. In a package, yes. So because you can, if you have a NuGet package, you can include the name of the NuGet package.targets and the name of the NuGet package props to then get automatically imported in your project just by including that NuGet package. So this is how we can ship our MS build logic. And yeah, I suppose now is where the fun begins. So we have .props and NuGet package .targets. Those are projects. Project to get it compiling. Okay, now it's super empty, but this would be like the basic NuGet package, kind of a no-op thing. Okay, now let's write a test. Would you mind writing a test that packs this project?
Okay. I mean, sure. How? Arrange. We need the project, right?
Yes.
And then we probably need to execute. What is it? Pack.
We can, yes. So we want to execute then .NET Pack, and we could do this via process.
Yeah.
Is it system.diagnostic or is it system.diagnostic? I think process. Now I'm thinking about, we actually did something very similar with Nuke. Wondering if this could help here, because then we would have a build target.
Do you mean
Wonder if
steal
this
it,
would-
steal the tests and rewrite them? That sounds great. I love
I wonder
that.
if this would make it significantly easier. Now let's see if it gets
You can also help me.
if it gets
That's-
hard figuring out stuff, then we can include Nuke to do it for us. So yeah, so I guess we need a path to the project.
Oh, a path. var. Did we say we use var or I don't know anymore?
Whatever
actually.
you prefer.
Yeah. How do we get the path?
So you can say, I guess, yeah. So we need to find, because the thing is, it depends on where we run. The current working directory could be different. And this is actually this is now why I was thinking about Nuke, because Nuke helps significantly with finding, for example, the solution, finding the location of the solution, with which we could then traverse again. But yeah, I guess we could also here then just basically traverse. We could have a loop that traverses the current working directory. So we could say, so we need a directory info, so we can create a new directory info.
Oh, here? Okay. New directory info.
And pass in the current working directory, which I think is directory.current.
Nice.
And then in a loop, we would have a loop that goes to the parent directory, which is now path.parent, I think, until we find the solution.
No more parents. Or what?
Well, no more. If we find no more parents, then we are in the root. In our case, the C or D drive or something. But we will now go up until we find the solution directory.
Okay. So for each?
Well, we don't have something to enumerate, so it would be either a infinite for loop or a while loop. We could say while true for now, and then just break out of it, and then check if the parent or if the current directory. Yes, something. Yeah.
Okay. Got Rosie.
You can check the files. I think that
I meant
files.
to do that. Yeah.
Does it also support some wildcard to find? Yeah, I think it also supports a wildcard. So we could find for all star.sln and star.sln, slnx solutions. There's now also slnx, so we also need to find slnx.
Star, like, wait.
Yeah,
dot.
star dot. So it's like a file path wildcard. SLN. I'm wondering, can we also path multiple? So I'm not sure if we can pass multiple. Well, maybe let's just be specific. This is what we are looking for. So let's search for. Oops. Actually, we should switch this to an SLNX, but we'll do this later. I suppose we can just find this file directly. And well, if this is now, this returns an array. So if we find that file, then we can break out. Otherwise, we need to continue.
So if what?
Get files returns an array, which could be empty or contain multiple. So we could check via link if there is, if it has.
Just in training, it's your moment.
We could check if there is.
Oh my god, I haven't linked in ages. Yes. Any? That's a good.
Because, well,
Like
we
this?
would expect only. Well, we could now single would crash if there is none. Yeah, we kind of need to do any.
Any? Okay. Is it? Why is it not doing anything?
What if you add braces?
I don't get any
Parentheses.
parentheses.
Wait a second. Could not find declaration. Okay, something is off with auto completion.
Yeah. And my life is over without auto completion.
Oh, because I'm in the wrong. Sorry, I was in the solution 0 projects. Oh no. Yeah, I kind of killed it. I replaced everything in the solution. It was empty.
That's scary.
Now it should be back.
Easy.
And if this is true, then we can break the loop. Otherwise, we continue.
Any. And now, sorry, what do I have to do?
Yeah, to check, we need to check if any is true.
Oh. I don't need to do anything then. If this,
Yep.
right? I'm struggling. Yeah.
We also need parentheses around the any because that's a method,
Yeah.
an extension method.
I had them already, I think. I'm struggling. Yes.
And then, oh, actually, oh yeah, we get a suggestion to improve it, but yeah, let's refactor
Let's
later.
improve it. No, let's refactor.
Because get files returns an array, so we don't need to do any. We don't, because any is just an extension method that iterates. Well, I guess there's an optimization, but we could just check the length if the length is not 0. Since it's an array that's already manifested, so we could check the length directly without going through any other methods.
The length is
if it's not 0 or greater than 0.
0. I guess.
Because that means we have any.
Oh.
And
that's
then,
fast.
or we could also say, well, yes, because here we just check a property. With any, we call a method, then that does some more logic. Well, link is highly optimized, but it still does a little bit more.
Okay.
Because link is on IEnumerable, so it then does a check. Is it an array? But it's a bit of there's a type check then involved, so it's ever so slightly slower.
We don't have time for that. Okay, I get it.
And so if that's true, we need to break out. Otherwise, we need to set the parent to the current directory and then just continue.
If this is true, and otherwise, aha.
Yes. Now it could be that parent is null. If parent is null, that means we hit the root. It means there is no parent anymore. So we need to handle that as well if parent is null.
If parent is null, we need to do what? Sorry. If it's null, we need to cancel as well.
We could either cancel or throw an exception saying that we didn't find the solution.
Throw new exception. We didn't find the solution.
Yeah.
Sounds so sad.
A while statement in the test. Ooh. Yeah, I guess we can then refactor this into a method. And yeah, we ain't nobody got time for that. How does this mean go?
Yes. Not on our watch.
And you have some t-shirt material.
Yes. That'd be awesome.
We need more t-shirts. Okay, yeah.
We do need more t-shirts. Yeah. We do have like one, and it's super cute when we wear like matching t-shirts with the stream stuff on it. Yeah. We should do that like next stream. Should wear it again. All right. Wait, what are we doing now?
And now we need to go to our analyzer project. So we can now do with path.combine. Because let's actually go into this file system view. So we are now here at the solution. So we can now path combine that with analyzers. And there is more more analyzers, and then the CS project. Okay, that's a bit more that we actually need, but yeah, let's refactor this later. And then so we find now that the C# project, or just the directory should suffice. So let's now the next step, do a path combine, which does basically platform independent or platform, depending on the platform, it then creates the path correctly, like forward slashes, backward slashes, and so on. So we use the directory.full path.
Directory dot full path, full name.
Full name.
Yep.
And combine that with, I have that, copy pasted with that. I'm wondering, is there another overload that takes more? Cool. But not in .NET Framework, is it? Oh, also in .NET Framework. Oh, there's, okay, cool. We have those overloads. And this is now our path to our project. Yes, so we could call
this path to success. Okay, cool, awesome.
And now on that, we want to do a .NET pack. So we now could say...
Now we act.
Well, it's still not the act. Oh, no, actually, it is the act. You're 100% correct. Because packing...
Oops.
We will do the packing, yeah.
Okay.
So we can start the process. Let's process.start.
Yeah, it's so nice. And you don't let me guess too long.
And we need to pass in, well, let's... This actually where remember where the nuke is really cool, because it had like, for example, for a .NET pack, it has like a helper already existing, and it shows you the command line what it does. So we can do .NET pack. Now I need to actually check the documentation.
Just check the nuke website to see the funny.
Is it? Oh no, I embarrassed myself. No,
yep.
It's build.nuke. There we go. No, nuke.build. My bad. The rocket.
So cool. I love it. We did a whole episode on this, and we had a lot of fun with this.
Yes, we have. I guess, well, this now explains why our streams are always so long.
Yeah.
So we do a .NET pack and a path to the project. That's it. So we pass that. Yeah. So we pass that as a string. Oops.
Yes. String. We need .NET nuke like this. Not nuke. .NET pack.
.NET pack, yeah.
That's also not how you spell it. Thank you. And then we need the path.
Yes.
Right. All right. I got it. Easy.
I guess there's way more what we need to do with, because there is also a process info or process start info where we have more power over what is happening with the process. But maybe that suffices for now. And well, let's get the process. And now we need to wait until this process is completing, because this is starting a new process. Our .NET process has no idea when it concludes, so we need to wait until this one is concluded.
Okay.
I think there is something on process, if I recall correctly.
No, wait for exit.
Sounds good.
Easy.
That sounds very good. It return something. Does it return in status code? No, it's just void. Okay, cool. We could also add a timeout. So it has an overload for a timeout. And I'm hoping now that it throws if the timeout is exceeded. No, it doesn't. True but it returns true if it has exited, otherwise false. So we could also do a timeout, maybe, I don't know, 10 seconds, so that our test doesn't go, or 5 seconds, whatever. Our test doesn't run indefinitely.
10.
Whatever you like. And then we check the return type, the return value. If that is not true, that means the process has not exited, and we have exceeded the time limit.
We need to check? Oh, we need to check.
Yes. And if it is not, then we should also throw an exception and say test failed. Just move the exclamation mark in there.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. How do I check if the timer was reached?
Oh, this is what wait for exit returns. It returns true if the associated process has exited, otherwise false, which means that the timeout has exceeded and the process is still running.
And we want to throw, right?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. New. Any specific thing?
Nah.
Just exception.
We could also do, I think, is there an assert.fail? Because this may be more testy.
Yeah. Oh my god. Assert. No. Sorry. It's not me. It's not me. It's the auto-completion, I swear, I promise. Fail. If fail is fail is fail. Fail. Okay.
Yes, cool.
Yep.
And I think this should also allow a message to be passed. Yes, so let's then pass that as a message. Timeout exceeded. .NET pack exceeded timeout, something like that. I'll also do that for our directory.
Nice.
Just add a bit of an output here and maybe pass in the solution.
And for anyone who's new, we use Code with Me, and sometimes it's really difficult for the person who joins, which is me. For example, I see everything in purple right now, and and that makes it more colorful, more fun.
Oh yeah, Shahab is here. No, you're not too late. Thanks for joining. And well, I suppose what we could alternatively is basically, we could also do an assert true. So we could also do an assert on the return value. Maybe that's cleaner. Well,
to get rid of all of it.
No, wait a second, because I already had something in mind. So just what we could do is call this exited, and then say assert. Well, this should be true, and the test fail if it's not. But now the process is still running, and we are not observing the result of the process anymore. So we should additionally also kill the process. So if there should be something of process like stop or kill or something like that, because we are not interested in the result of the process anymore. It's like canceling an asynchronous. It's somewhat similar to canceling an asynchronous operation. Cool. Wondering, does this have any overloads that could be interesting now? Cool, because this should now, destroy the process and wonderful.
Nice.
So let's give that a try and let's see what will happen.
Okay.
Let's run that on .NET 9. And let's see what happens in our output. Okay. There we go. .NET 9 has an overload for time span. .NET 8 has, but .NET Framework does not. So let's go fancy and do multi-targeting, because it's time for multi-targeting. Now basically now hit F1. Hit F1 on this on the method. Now Writer automatically goes to the .NET documentation. We find this overload. We see this overload was introduced in .NET 7.
Okay.
So we can now say if .NET 7 or greater, use this overload. Otherwise, this is total overkill, but let's overkill. So we want to write a preprocessor directive.
Sorry,
which is now now we do conditional compilation. So you could say, isn't that what to do with the number symbol, hash, pound, whatever it's called?
Yeah.
If and then net 7_0 or greater. This is usually all uppercase. I'm not sure if there is auto-completion for that.
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
7 or greater, or what?
7_0_or greater.
Okay.
Exactly. And then we can move this one in. Let's just do this one line.
Just
the
this
one line in question, yes.
Sorry, my stuff is...
Well, that's good, that's good.
I need to go like this.
And instead of the end, and now before the end if, let's add an else.
Else.
We do what you still have in the clipboard. So we do the other thing. Also, no, wait, let's just copy it. But no, let's put it in. And instead say the thing in seconds. What's that? 10,000. In milliseconds.
10,000. And we can do the thingy.
Yes. And then we need to do an end if to then basically stop. It's like braces. We have the start and the end.
Cool.
And now you have written conditional compilation. So if we target net framework 462, you get the compatible version. If we go to net 8 or 7 or higher, then you get the one that takes a time span. Now this is absolute overkill.
No,
but
it's absolutely necessary.
Absolutely.
This sometimes, we have to do what we have to do, and that was one of those things.
So let's find out what's going to happen other than the test failing. An error occurred trying to start the process.net pack with working directory. Cannot find the file specified. Okay, we see the working directory is, but I'm not sure about the working directory because we're passing actually a full path. But let's set the working directory. I guess this is now where we kind of fall off the cliff with .NET process start. So what we now need to create a process start info object where we have more power over creating that process. That we can then pass into process start. So let's create a process start info.
Info. Yep.
That's that should have a constructor.
What?
New process start info. That should that type. That's a separate type.
Got it. This is always super exciting for you guys because you can't see what I scroll through.
So yeah, the auto completions. I'm not sure if this has any.
Yeah, I'm not typing that. That seems scary.
Let's see what the overloads are. So we have file name and arguments. Okay, so we can pass in the file name, which is .NET. The arguments as a separate string.
Oops. Arguments is a separate. Right?
Either pass them separately, or you could also do a string interpolation, however you prefer. But we can pass them separately. That's good. Okay. So we have pack and then the path.
And then the path.
And it doesn't have a params, so we would need to wrap this in an array in a what's it called, collection expression. No, we still need that's still a string. Pack is still a string.
Yeah,
the path is not. That's a reference.
What? Oh, this goes into the collection expression as well.
Yes.
Oh no! What happened? Yeah. So sometimes, no, I didn't though.
Your IDE did.
My IDE did.
But we don't.
I'm confused. Like this. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Cool. Now we can pass the process start info into the start. But we now have additional options on process start info. When you hit Alt Enter on it, do you see the initialize member auto completion? This feature I love about Write. I'm using this pretty much every day. And if you do that, you now see all the settable properties. Can you run it? Yeah. So there is all the properties we can set. So there's a lot. We don't need all of them, but one of them I always see at the bottom, working directory. So let's set the working directory to the path that we just set. Cool. And I think the rest, we don't care about the window style. Verb use shell execute. I don't know what it is. Username, we don't need. Standard output encoding, input encoding. We could redirect the standard output and input streams in the case that, because I think process start, I think wait for exit can also component to wait. No, the process exited. I guess we could also do some error handling if the exit code of that is not 0, then we could observe the standard output or standard error to see if there are any errors and print them as well so that we know what's going on. So let's keep that in mind if we need that later. We don't have a password. We don't have credentials. We don't have an error dialog, no domain. Create no window. Well, yes, please. And I suppose this will be cool then. Now let's give that another one. And haha, .NET Framework doesn't support. Oh, yeah, we can't. Well, .NET Framework does support collection expressions, but we can't create it from an IEnumerable. Oh, wait a second. I forgot one important step. Because I forgot about the language. No, language version actually is latest. Oh, there we go.
To string.
.NET Framework. This overload, again, this overload that we are using, .NET Framework doesn't have it. Actually, let's make things easier. Let's do a test for latest.NET and a test for .NET. Actually, let's use the latest.NET so that we test, because the .NET test would be the one for Visual Studio kind of environment and the one for the wider environment, more or less. So I still would like to do the multi-targeting here. I just want to briefly check the .NET Framework. What's the latest version of .NET Framework? 4.8.1. Cool. So let's say 4.8.1 to get the most features, but I still think that there won't be, this overload won't exist. So we could either do another multi-targeting or we just... It's not assignable because that's just a string, or we just convert this into a singular string.
Convert it into a singular string. So all of it?
No, just the second one, second part.
Just the second one. Dollar. Nope. Dollar. And then we need, what was it? Pack and path. Okay.
Yeah. I think that works. Let's find out.
Yay!
It succeeds. Okay. Well, we don't have any real assertion, but that means it doesn't fail. Let's jump into.
I'll take that win any day.
Is that no idea where this will be? Well, the working directory should be this one. So no idea where it's putting it. Test results? No. Cool. I have zero clue where this is going to be. Maybe I messed something up. It's somewhere on the system.
Yes. Nice.
Well, actually, no. Well, I was looking at the wrong thing. We are packing the analyzer, aren't we? So this should be not in test, but in analyzer, because we set that as a project. And maybe there is some... Interesting. Well, what we could do, maybe we now need to redirect some of the output and see what's going on. So we could redirect the standard output. and then say, oh, wait a second, that means it's redirected, so that means we can now read it. Standard, wait a second, or is it just, oh no, that's not process.info, it's on the process, of course. Process.out, standard output. This is a stream, is it not? Stream reader. Well, let's read to end. Oops, string text. Let's turn this into an asynchronous method, and let's see what we got. Oh, yeah, I was putting it in the wrong. I was putting it in the error handling case. This one. Well, we could say assert is empty, so this test will fail. Is there no string assert.empty? No. Length is 0. So this test now should fail and show the output in the process must have a use shell execute property set to false in order to redirect IO streams. Okay.
Okay.
There we go. So yeah, we actually have errors. So okay, so let's perhaps actually let's do the. Would you mind building the error handling? So check before we do the assert equals. Do a check if the process's exit code is not 0. And then we do just moving in the logic.
Oh.
Or we could also do an assert fail with that text. I guess this is kind of what we want. So we will fail the test with the text if the exit code is not 0, that means not successful, and the process object must have the use shell execute property set to false in order to redirect the IO stream. Is it not what we did?
That's what we did. Do we save?
Oh, I commented it out again too. Oh, that actually froze here already. My bad. Wait, why is it not throw earlier? Oh, because we didn't redirect the output stream. Never mind. Now we redirect. Confusing myself. Now redirect the output, but it succeeds. So
Nice.
I guess it's still not what we want. Okay, so I guess we still need that poor man's debugging.
No, sorry. Now I kind of got lost. Why is it no? We won. It succeeded, right?
So yeah, it actually does succeed.
That's good.
Yes, but we don't
I want
know
that.
where. Yes, but I don't know where the file is. So not trying to check the output stream.
Path.
And see what we got in there.
Yep.
Where is it?
Nothing. Oh.
All port is up to date for restore. I was hoping it says where it puts it. Well, I think there is also an option to increase the verbosity.
Yeah, if there's a Y, there should be like a where as well. Just dot where.
But I always forget the verbosities that we have. Verbosity level. That doesn't help at all. .NET pack command. Why am I using Bing? It's not good. Is this one? Oh, I never click this one. I always ignore this one. There's actually a solution.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Well, this is the browser that I use for streaming. So anyway, so I don't dox myself too hard. Let's use detailed output. And let's see. what we see. Oh, in the meantime, Vasi has joined.
Hello. Welcome.
I think, okay. Does Vasi and Toasting Training have a bit of a Git battle going on?
Ooh. It's all coming out
Yeah.
on today's episode. To squash or not to squash?
To squash or not to squash? Always squash. Well, no, not always squash. Sometimes squash.
Occasional squashing.
.NET Pack exceeded timeout. Aha, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not cool, but cool. What does this mean? Okay, so this fails dramatically already.
But you learn the most from your failures. I read that
Well,
somewhere.
Also fair. So, damn it. Super uncertain. What is going on?
Yeah. Always squash.
Always squash.
Nice.
Mostly squash. Okay, so no idea what's going on. Need to do the research until next time. Let's go the manual way and let's just pack this thing. Let's open this in terminal, do a .NET pack. I'll disable. Does it have the terminal logger? I suppose it does. Yeah, this is what I was hoping for, to get the output.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait a second. There is no output, actually. Oh, did I forget to make it?
That's nice.
Well, this may answer my question.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, this may do the trick.
My goodness. Mm-hmm.
Surprise, it does. Bin release.
Yeah.
And now we have a package, well, we should have a package. That's embarrassing. Is that in bin? Well, I did debug. Or is pack release already also per default? Yes, it is. Cool. And here now is our, oops, where is it? There it is. Our new NuGet package.
Nice.
We can open this in the NuGet Package Explorer, and we see, well, it includes this as a library. So that is wrong because it's an analyzer. This should not be consumed as a library. I think this is there is something that we need to set, but I need to figure that out later. Now let's maybe start with actually building our MS build logic to pack it as an analyzer. Let's start maybe first trying to pack it as an analyzer, and then we think about multi-targeting. Mm-hmm. So what we will do is we will import this project that, does it do auto-completion? That would be cool. No. Basically because in our local scenario, we don't have our targets as a package yet. So we need to include it manually. So that's 2 directories up. That's 3 directories up. No, that's 2 directories up into build. And there they are, 2 directories up into build and .props. And also at the end, .targets. And also wants it to be shorter. Let's see if that actually builds. If it doesn't build, we wouldn't find the logic. Cool. And now it's time to include that MS build logic. And I guess now this is where the fun begins. Because I have no idea.
Great.
Yes, this all the devil saves a bit of
Hello.
time for us.
Yes, exactly. Welcome.
So we need to somehow, because we just don't know what is an analyzer and what's not. So we need to have some marker for projects that we want to pack. So what we could do is, if we go to the analyzer project, wait a second, that is, I guess we have two different scenarios actually. We have one scenario where where the analyzer equals the NuGet package. And we also have a scenario where the analyzer does not equal the NuGet package, but the NuGet package is basically including the analyzer. If the analyzer is the package, because in that case it is, because we had this analyzer project and we just made it packable. The other way, if this was not packable, we would need to have another project, which is the actual NuGet package. Let's say we build another library, which is the test package, perhaps. And this is now basically the packable thing. And this is including the analyzer. There is something to it, and I always need to look that up. I'm going to the generator cookbook. Source generator cookbook. To include consume, I guess it's in the incremental version, right? Incremental cookbook. Consume, no, package generator is a NuGet package. No, that's actually doing that. I was wondering, no, this is actually not here. But we do have this in our generator project, what I'm looking for. The generator is not packable, but we have a NuGet package that includes that generator, where we then say, where is the generator? There it is.
Nice.
Where we need, oh, it's just private assets all. Okay, that's anticlimactic. Like that.
Okay.
So I suppose we have two options, where with this option, this is what I meant with now we need to mark, because this package could also have other dependencies, and we don't know which one is an analyzer. Well, this one is, so we could say, analyzer true, something like that, or is analyzer, or pack analyzer, pack Roslyn. Well, actually, it's in the analyzer path, right? So we could say pack analyzer. And if that is true, we then, pack it as an analyzer. So I suppose for this, we need a target Now I wish I would have remembered the episode we had with Martin Ulrich, where he did a lot with MS Build for us. Well, to be fair, I do have a little bit of a cheat sheet there. I showed it briefly.
I didn't see it. I missed it.
Yeah. I just showed it briefly. But there is a cheat sheet, something that I haven't I tried briefly, but it didn't really work. So maybe we can use that as a starting point. So
Yes.
we can have our code, our analyzers, our pack analyzers target, which needs to be executed before. I'm not sure. This is, oh no, not this one. Before we generate the new spec file. Maybe there is a problem there because it wasn't quite working as I intended it to be. Then we would invoke MS Build, because the thing is, this analyzer project is what we saw is also multi-targeting. So we need to build that one for .NET Standard. So I guess first we need to find all project references that have this pack analyzer set as true. And I'm not sure if this works as I think it does. I'm now going cheating a little bit.
Okay.
Where we may, well, let's see if we actually can filter them, because we can have a target. Oh, it should actually be a proper target, right? Which has an end. Well, we could create a message that is just listing all of the package references. Importance is high. Let's see if this actually gives us all of these. So if we jump to the test package project, pack-repository. Oh, there is also MS Build message task. There is the importance. In order to get high importance, we need to set the log repository to minimal. But we don't see that message, do we? What if we say, oh, .NET Pack, yes. Hello. So maybe this is where I actually already made the mistake. Oops. I want to go to the terminal. Why does it not show? Because what if we turn off the terminal logger? There's now a little bit more verbose. Do you see any hello? No, there is no hello.
Nope.
Okay, so this target is not executed. Oh, but we don't include it in that project. Yes. That is the problem. So let's include both the props at the beginning and the targets at the end. Because this is what we would get if then this project would be consuming. So this project would then have a package reference to our NuGet package to enable this feature. Then we could save this Boolean. And let's see if that does the trick now. props was not found. Oh, that is not in the correct directory. So we are here. We need to go one. Oh, it's just one back. Oh, cool. There's the hello.
Nice.
And I think if we now go back to dash repository, what minimal? We should see it too.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we don't.
Oh.
Well, then we need to turn off the texture. Why is it if we turn the repository to normal? Detailed. Oh, okay. Now we see it here.
Yes. Okay. Cool.
And this now lists, because what if we have another reference as well? Let's say this one is also referencing the tests just for fun. Now we would get hello. We would actually get both projects. We would get the analyzers project, but also our tests project. But we don't want to get the test project. So we need to filter these projects. Sorry, where's our build target? There we go. These must only be the ones that have that flag, pack as analyzer. There is, of course, MS build for that. Did I prepare the task? I don't think so. MS build, what's that? What am I searching for? Lost material found already.
I don't know.
Oh, metadata. I think that's called metadata. Or is it functions? Call item functions. Oh, yeah, I think those are the ones where we can basically have a item group and then kind of combine them or count them. Oh, this is what we could do. Count number of projects. And oops, and this should now yield 2 projects. Number of projects, 2. But we don't want these. Now there is, I think, a function, or there's like distinct exists, reverse. We can check if it has metadata. So I suppose we could check if it has pack analyzer. So would this now only filter the one? It may. Well, we still say number of projects, but let's say analyzer projects. And yeah, our analyzer project is just one, the analyzer. So the other one now is excluded. So basically, this is what we need in order to get only these projects. And now we should be able to invoke MS build. I also need to go to the docs, MS build task, where we can set the projects that we want to build.
Yep.
Which is the ones that have this. Well, actually, we say has metadata. What if this is set to false? I guess it shouldn't be included either. So I think there is also another function where we can also check the value with metadata value. We could say with metadata value pack analyzer must be true. And these are the projects that I wonder if we can actually in the task now set a property group and say analyzer projects here. Does this work? I have no idea. Let's find out. And then we say just analyzer project. So we kind of don't need to do any copy paste. We just do this once. You know what I mean? Does this make sense? It's basically like a variable. So we put these filtered projects into a variable and then print them out, if that works. Analyzer projects, empty. This does not work.
Oh.
Well, I guess because this must be an item group, I suppose. Can we then say, oh, item group? Analyzer projects include this string. Let's see if that works. Oh, this one works. Analyzer projects. And we have just a one, because that means we could now also do a filter there and say number of analyzer projects and do a count on these analyzer projects. So we can nicely reuse this MS build variable. Number of projects 2, number of analyzer projects 1. And now, okay, now it's time, I suppose, to invoke MS build with these projects. Oh, this must be an enter. And for the properties, we need to set the properties. Yep. This must be, the target framework must be net standard 2.0. So we say target framework equals to net standard, if I don't make a typo, net standard 2.0, because we definitely want to build for net standard 2.0. And also, well, it depends on the configuration, because the configuration could be build or debug. We also want to forward that configuration. So we should also say configuration equals to whatever our current configuration is. And then we have a semicolon. And then we set the target framework to net standard 2.0. And then we can also set the targets. And I think we want to invoke the build target. Now, I'm not sure if this, I was a bit on a rabbit hole with documentation. I'm not sure if this page actually shows that, but like MS build. Because you can also have an output, target outputs. And, oh, I think that's actually it, right? Target outputs. So MS build target outputs. Oh, okay. So we should be able to say this. Which are now the analyzer builds. And again, when we do a message, oops, with these, I wonder what we get, if we get anything. Let's see. This is where I kind of failed on the quick demo I tried before. Let's see, build, okay, empty. That's schlecht. Oh, wait a second. It says property name. Maybe this should be item name because it can be more than one. Because it's output and not singular. Oops. I always do the wrong shortcut. No, still empty. I'm wondering if I. Well, well, yes, but no. But yes, it's mega powerful. But I just write it too rarely to make sense of it. As such, I'm surprised that this one does not. Is maybe the build? Maybe the target isn't correct. Because I also have something. I also tried something with this. I found this somewhere. The get target path target. Maybe we need this one as well next to the build to get that path. Not sure.
Let's try.
No, it's still empty. Could also be. Does MS build has something like fail? So does this if we pass in something? I guess we can't just pass in something wrong, can we? So if it actually does it actually build these or does it not? Let's see what also we've got targets. We got tool version. We got target and property list separators. We got stop on first failure if true. No products to build. Current this option is not supported when building in parallel. Skip on non-existent house states. But it looks like it should fail if something goes wrong. Well, it's mostly. And where's Andreas if you need him? So what I'll definitely do as preparation for the next episode is watch the MS build video that we had, and hoping that it yields some answers. And not sure. Do you see something that could?
Nope.
Because I am looking at some other projects as well. So this target is executed. We see that. That's cool. We get the projects, but then the MS build doesn't seem quite right.
Yeah.
We set the projects. Yeah, that's bad. Analyzer projects. Haha. What about now? Okay, something's happening.
Yep.
Now the zoom is quite hard, but we get bin release, analyzers, DLL, release, analyzers, DL. Why do we get 2? Because we get the semicolon is here. So we get a standard build analyzer DLL and another build analyzer DLL. Well, but we see that's release. Now I'm wondering if the configuration works. If we pass in configuration debug, would the path be debug? Yes, it would. Cool. Okay, so that's working. But why do we get that? Ooh, because no. Wait a second. Do we have multi-targeting on the test package? No. I was now kind of. If this project had multi-targeting, because what if this project also has multi-targeting? 481. to make it most confusing, why do we get that twice? I have no idea. I guess what we could do is check. Actually, can we get the bin log? Oh. Right. So if we do multi-targeting, we need to say lang version latest. And run that again. And we get build.
Still 2.
This debug not standard yet again. Why? I don't think that there is MS build which supports the bin log. If that is correct. But I'm not sure how to do .NET Pack via MS build so that we, is that -t pack? I'm just trying something. No. MS build is not recognized. Oh, is it .NET MS build? Because there is a way how to get a bin log. Which we also took a look at. Oh, there is some bin log. -pl. Oh, does this work with .NET build? Does this work with .NET Pack -pl, our bin log? No. Oh, no, it's this is not interpreted as a pack. Because I was hoping to get the bin log of this entire thing to then see why this is happening twice. One final check is, because I think the documentation, says how to .NET. Okay, we can apparently do it with .NET build, but not with .NET Pack. But, well, maybe with MS build. Now I need to check the MS build command line. Oh, that maybe, yeah, that sounds promising. That sounds very promising. .NET MS build -t for the target pack. And the other one was \bl for the bin log. Oh, something may have happened. Let's see if we find a bin log in the. There is. Woohoo! Okay, now it's party time.
Woohoo!
Again, rarely read. I can't do. Oh, these do support zooming. Wonderful. So what happens? If I would be able to read it. Oh, yeah, that actually, this may be the reason. There is multi-targeting going on.
Okay. That's true.
But wait a second. This was happening before already, even if there wasn't multi-targeting going on. So we then have here is our target. Oops. So this is because we said before generate new spec. What troubles me is that the pack target is actually not executed. I suppose, because we didn't make this. search for, let's do that, our DLL, analyzer.dll. Do you need to use the full path?
Maybe.
Oh, also it's analyzers.dll. Cool. There's a lot of stuff going on. Thank you for the tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's stuff going on. Can we, if we collapse everything, what do we see? So this is the evaluation phase, and then, okay, so we do have, yeah, so the test package is actually built twice. So maybe this is where it's coming from twice. But I'm surprised that it is actually in the output string. Well, I guess I would understand if it's executed twice because of multi-targeting, but what troubles with me is that this output string here contains both of them. Or does it kind of survive? Is this like shared and then added to per build? Maybe. But then we should see it once with one. Not really sure if we can make any sense of it. Perhaps we should. I'm wondering how AI could help us analyzing a binary log.
I think we've tried it in one episode, actually, the AI assistant, right?
Yes, I actually have it installed. I'm wondering, well, perhaps let's give it a try. Where is it? There it is. So we have the target, yes. The message in line 19 prints that the .dll is built, or the message prints that the analyzer builds. The analyzer builds. Analyzer builds item includes the DLL twice. Why is that?
Why?
And please make sure that the analyzer project is built only once. We provided the context. So data sharing, maybe not.
Scary.
I will zoom a little bit out to see a bit more of the text.
Nice.
Cool. What's happening? In the target, you do... Oh. If analyzer project contains a single project reference, you would expect to get built once and it and output is included once. However, you see twice in the elements. Yes, the cause. When you specify multiple targets in MS build, target output is produced for each target you specify. I see. Cool. Well, Wolfsfried, thank you very much for the tip. Amazing.
Wait, I don't get it. We have
requesting both build and get targets for causes duplication. If you only want one output, because
but why did we
use only
specify
one of the targets, usually just
two
build, which
targets?
also once get target as a dependency anyway. But this wasn't working before. If we remove the get target path, we don't get the output. Oh no, that was because I made a mistake with the output. Yes. I rabbit pulled myself into oblivion.
Oh, build failed.
Yeah, no, I canceled it. .NET pack --tl off. And woohoo! Now it's only one. Now it's indeed only once.
Perfect.
Cool.
Easy.
Okay. I've never used it for MS Build stuff. I'm surprised that it's good at MS Build stuff. That's actually okay. That is terrifying.
Yeah.
I use it a lot for other programming languages and when creating some boilerplate C# code. Never used it for MS Build. Okay, that's really cool. So maybe MS Build is not that bad after all. Cool. So that means we actually only build it once and everything looks all right. So now we know the path of the DLL and we need to pack that now into that NuGet package. And well, how do we usually pack something? Again, I'm also going to cheat and see how we build the analyzer project, where we included assets all, where we have something like, oh yeah, TFM specific package path. This is not what I want, I suppose. Maybe the cookbook knows something. If I would find that right page again. This one looks like what we want. So we then have an item group that includes that DLL, says pack, and gives a path. Let's see if that does the trick. Is the zoom level okay? Maybe zoom in a little bit more. MK missed that we were invoking MS Build again. Are you sure this is a good way? Usually targets should be injected before and after to grab stuff. No, I'm not sure if this is a good way. Could you be a little bit more specific and what a better way would be? So we now get this DLL. The package is missing a README. Well, successfully created package. Okay. Let's see if that package now contains MS Build test package in bin release. There we go. I'm opening this again with the NuGet Package Explorer. This one also supports a bit of zoom, but it's not there.
Oh, no. Okay.
Unless I'm in the wrong directory. Let me briefly delete that file, create it again. Yes, but it's not there, no. So this does not work. Oh, so wait a second. Yeah, this is totally wrong. I just copy pasted here. So this should be, of course, the output from there. And pack it in there. Let's give that a try. Damn it. No, still not included.
Yeah.
It's missing a README, yeah, but that's okay. Successfully created package. Did we again have something wrong in the...
What does the visible false do?
Oh, I think this is where it shows it in Explorers or such. But I think this shouldn't have any impact, actually. Well, if we were including an item, not in a target, but in general, then basically, should it show in the UI or not?
Okay.
But yeah, it shouldn't really have any impact on our things. And yeah, I'm now surprised that because we have here the build project, and I was hoping to pack it. Well, unless this is the wrong before target. Because in some demo, I saw kind of this thing. Also, before targets this and that, get package files. Not sure if this now makes a difference. Kind of guessing here. I'm not sure if this is the... No, this is the wrong package, is it? Is that the right one? Ooh, that's... Ooh. Cool. Was I opening the wrong package before?
Maybe.
If we revert that, because I now switch to the other... I have some Explorer there that I used to open the file. If
That's
we...
true.
Yeah, well, MK is not a pro themselves. But yeah, maybe there is a... I can imagine there's another way other than using MS Build. Yeah, only Das Muli knows. Maybe we need to invite him back on the show. So it's not here, but if I include, let's say, only the other. Then it's here. Okay, cool, sweet.
Nice.
There we go. And maybe to finish, maybe we can get, I know we're already over time, but I think we have to, maybe we can get a little bit of multi-targeting in.
All right, let's do it.
Question is how? Because how would we now specify basically, hey, please multi-target this project for me? So if here our test package,
yeah,
say this is the thing to include. What we could do is we could set like something like Roslyn versions, have like a property for these, and then say or we say it maybe Roslyn. The thing is, we also need to...
Yep.
Okay, I think this is now where it may get a bit tricky, because what we also want to then include, because it's this analyzer project being built. Now, this analyzer project is currently targeting 430. So I suppose we would like to make this a variable. Let's call this Roslyn version. So I suppose now the user needs to set, of course, the Roslyn version. And then we can use that to override it for multi-targeting builds. Where we now in our package, how do we declare that? I mean, well, we could maybe say something like, okay, not here, but we could have Roslyn versions maybe here and say 4.0.3 and 4.11.0. I'm not sure. That would mean we would need to extract this metadata. I don't think this really works because that metadata is not a
What?
Yeah, I guess I have a couple of thoughts now. When we go to this example project, do I still have it open? The multi-targeting one? No. Let's go system text JSON because this one does the multi-targeting. Oh, did we actually show that? Where we have now the analyzers.net in the various versions. And in there, then we have a CS and or VB folder. And well, the thing is, this is also what this issue specifies, is that can I find it quickly? If the NuGet package contains a folder that has this Roslyn major version .minor version format, the folder with the highest version that is less than or equal to the current version of what the tool is supporting. So the SDK, for example, or Visual Studio. Then this version will be used. So what if we have multiple analyzers? What if we would add another analyzer? But this other analyzer, we maybe want to multi-target or we don't multi-target. That would mean we still need to put both DLLs into one folder. So the multi-targeting is kind of not on an assembly, on an analyzer project level, but on the entire package level. Because if we had let's say in Roslyn 3.1, we had both projects, but one is in 4.0 and the other is in 4.4 because of what we specified, then depending on the version selected, we may not get all of the analyzers. I'm not sure if does this make sense, kind of? What I'm babbling? No. No, it doesn't. Okay.
I mean, perhaps it does. Not necessarily to me personally, but that might be me, not you.
Because I'm thinking of...
Yep.
Because I think we need to specify this on the multi-targeting on an entire project level. where we would now not specify it here, but for the entire project, where we now have maybe a Roslyn versions and specify it here. Hey, please, I want these two support. No, what did you have? 4.3. These two supported. Now we would need to split this string into these two portions.
Yeah.
That would actually mean we need to specify the full version, because we would also use that to set it for the project, basically override this Roslyn version so that we use the correct version here as well.
Okay.
So we would be overriding this Roslyn version with this version. So we need to split this string. And then for each, call basically this. The question is how? Well, maybe. That works. That works perfectly. Do we say thank you? Are we nice or are we not nice?
We are nice. I heard that it costs a lot of money to be nice, but not us. So for us, being nice is free. That's just so funny, because like people will say it doesn't cost anything to be nice. Apparently it does, if you're talking to AI.
Now we want to actually, let's add that. Let's set in the, now I want to additionally pass a Roslyn version as a property to the MS build task. In the project that is consuming this .targets file, the user should specify a string in this format. No, a property. Roslyn versions 4.11, 4.3, which is a semicolon separated MS build property that contains one or many semver strings. We want to split by this string, and for each Roslyn version, invoke the MS build target in line 15, passing the semver as a Roslyn version property. And then we also want to pack the respective output. Well, maybe let's do one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we should also, does it have, because this is only the chat mode, I think it also has, does it not also have like an edit mode where it, the agent mode, where it also changes the, edit mode. Oh, that's in beta. Yeah, we could also give that a try so that it edits the code immediately. Well, we haven't checked in yet. Maybe we want to do that so it doesn't just break everything.
Yeah.
But let's see. Okay. Maybe I need to zoom out a little again.
Yeah.
So what do you have? So, okay, so I think this is the code that we have so far. Split Roslyn's into items. So it system string copy. This looks, I don't think string has a copy method, but okay. This looks weird, but sure. And only if we don't, okay. Then we printed Roslyn's versioned items. Yes, well, perhaps this is the first move already if something is happening. I kind of, this looks weird, no, but let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a second. We're not found to resolve this installed it. Why are we running into this now?
What?
Did I change something again? Okay, let's not deal with that for now. Let's fix that later. So into .NET Framework. So yeah, we need to support this scenario as well, because currently that fails, but not for the first iteration necessarily needed.
Yep.
Is not added because the package already contains the file. Okay, so we now definitely do something multiple times, which is so Roslyn version the. How is this printed? Oh, yeah, that looks like, not sure if this is just a complete string or the separated string. Maybe let's also do a count on that. So we see if it really includes 2 items. It does. Wonderful.
Nice.
Okay, so that's separated. String copy. String.copy. Oh, this method doesn't. I didn't know this existed. Oh, this API should not be used. Okay, well, that's an older API. I guess this is why. Oh, because it's obsolete. Yeah. Well, I suppose we could exchange it with some regex solution, but well, if it works for now, we can change it later. Because I don't know what that does. It's the string to copy a new string with the same value. Turns a string object that has the same value as the original string, but represents a different object reference. Oh, I guess is this like circumventing inlining? No, not inlining. Was it string interning? So that I get a separate copy of the string that is maybe not interned. Could be.
Could be.
I guess this is not really necessary, but let's leave it for now. That's sharp. We can optimize later. And then, yes, we actually built it twice. Cool. But yes, we now build it twice, but it's still the same thing. I think they kind of overrides each other then. And then we add the same one twice. So we also need, I guess we also need to add some path, because this is currently now, well, we do build it twice because we have it for 2. Wait a second. Why do we build it twice already? We haven't changed that it builds twice. Why does it build twice now? Because we haven't changed. Do you know what I mean? Because previously it was just building once. Or is it because I again added some multi-targeting shenanigans? Oh, Because I added the project twice. That's the thing. Yeah, okay. Okay. So we saw some MS build property. Maybe we want to do something like distinct. We saw that on the MS build property. So maybe that's the problem that we're running into here now. If the project reference is specified multiple times. So with that, now we shouldn't run into that warning anymore. Cool. And we only built it once, but now we want to build it twice. But we don't want to put it into the same directory. We want to put it into another subdirectory, maybe like something like standard 2.0 / Roslyn version, something. Well, assistant then says for each Roslyn version, build the analyzers. Well, that's
fallback if no version provided. Sounds good.
Do that. So instead of this version, we now, so if our analyzer projects, we set the configurations to the target framework, and we also set, wow, okay, dot identity. Cool. I don't know what this percent is, but is this now? Oh, this is some identity function. Okay, cool. We have the build target, and we only do it if we actually have Roslyn items, because if it was empty, then yeah, cool. Maybe we should even do an error if something is wrong here. But perhaps you also want to validate that string. Maybe via regex the version, because it's actually a semver version. And the fallback if no versions provided without Roslyn versions. Then we wouldn't do any multi-targeting. But I suppose I'll just comment this out for now, because then we also want to put it into a different NuGet package. So we could say if we don't have, we could have the logic if we don't have this Roslyn versions, then we just put it a single target. But if it is, then we do the multi-targeting. So we our project would not only support multi-targeting, so it also supports single targeting. Okay, cool. And then I guess we have the analyzer built. So I'm now wondering if when we move this one down again, oh, that is the same thing. What we get? Now we get again a. Well, yeah. Actually, that's good. That kind of makes sense because
why?
we built the same project twice with different with different Roslyn versions, but we actually built it twice under the same path. So what we now need to do. Splendid.
Is that all it's suggested? Because you can still scroll down, right?
Yes. It then gives the explanation. Was version splits for each version, if not provided. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now we do build the analyzer project for each of the Roslyn versions, but the output of the DLL is the same, so we overwrite it and may actually also run into concurrency file access problems. Please put each analyzer built into its own subdirectory in the format of Roslyn major dot minor. I'm really surprised that it actually does MS build quite well. This is amazing.
Well, let's see. This isn't over yet.
Oh, yeah. This doesn't seem extract major and minor from somewhere. No, this is not what I wanted. But then it does the base output path. Okay. Below is how you can achieve this in your targets. Oh, I wanted to try the edit mode actually.
Yeah.
Is that Akas is asking which AI agent are we using? So we're using the JetBrains AI, GPT 4.1. Could also use GPT 5, but I heard it's not the greatest. So 4.1 seems to do a good job. Okay. It would be cool if it shows the diff. Are we brave just applying? Why not? Is that the entire? Why not?
Yeah, you can always control Z.
Yes. Well, I guess I should. We didn't create a GitHub directory yet. We don't have anything to squash. We should definitely do that, and then push, and then let the AI change some stuff so you don't lose anything. Yeah. Also, I'm just copy pasting it into a.
Just
into, what's that? Untitled 26. And
nice.
Let's apply.
I want to know what the other 25 are.
I guess some other stuff. It's like a safe game. Well, I mean, for projects where I guess I should just have GitHub, even if it's a Git, even if it's just local and I don't have intention anything to push it, just always have a local Git repository, because even though if I don't push it, I can just try stuff and revert it again, and don't need like with games. A friend of mine, when he tried something crazy, he made a safe game and called it Trick. Trick 1, Trick 2, Trick 3. If it doesn't work, then fell back to a more orthodox solution.
Yeah, for sure. I'm totally one of those people. There's like, safe. What are they called? I don't know.
Safe game? A safe game.
No, like the people who just are too scared to try things. And so they save, and then
All right.
Okay. Let's try it.
So I'm not sure. Okay, yeah.
We applied it. We try it.
Not try to understand it. Let's just try it. Yes, fair point.
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't work, I don't need to understand. Well, and I guess I need to understand it if it doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
No, there is nothing.
Okay. Well, fabulous.
No, there's nothing. Okay, cool. So what's going on?
Control.
We have. Well, we create the project. Let's see, what do we see in the output? Because there's some output. We have the wasn't versions. We create. We build analyzers. Yeah, because it kind of looks alright. It kind of looks alright. We built Roslyn 4.11 and Roslyn 4.3. The package is missing. Successfully created package. It seems to be missing the pack actually.
Oh. Silly.
That's
Yes.
This one,
Awesome.
I think. But let's see. We have here the analyzer builds. Okay. And let's take a peek at. Damn it. Still empty. Oh, wait a second. Was I opening the wrong one? I'm not sure. I have too many windows open. I still have the empty bin log as well. No, it's not there.
Okay.
Build, analyzer builds. What does it say? It says it builds Roslyn 4.1. And so it kind of built both.
Roslyn 4.3, yeah.
And they include in here. So that looks all right. And then we put them. Well, maybe since it's a duplicate, it just says Well, I would have expected now a warning because it's this package path. Because this would be now the final thing we need is to cool. The last piece missing is to also package each version of the analyzer into a separate NuGet in a separate directory within the NuGet package in the form of where's the issue? Can we just put in this? Instead of, let's give the old version as well. Let's see. Oh, no, again, didn't do the edit. Can I still do edit? Edit. Because if I said this right, this also experienced a lot of AI IDEs. Yeah, I've been using Cursor quite a bit. Not for MS Build yet. Did you set up some MCP? No MCPs in this scenario. Speaking of MCPs, we may go into building in a future episode. We may be building our own MCP. Well, with May, we will. For potentially, and with potentially we mean very likely related with Roslyn, but yeah.
Yes. Maybe there will be some Roslyn. Who knows? You'll just have to come and see. Yeah.
But no, this is currently like the kind of the right out of the box AI assistant experience. It places in Roslyn major minor CS. Oh, looks all right. If there is no Roslyn version, it falls back to the conventional. Well, that sounds not too bad. Let me know if you need multi-framework except VB or .NET adjustments. Well, yes, I will do that. Because it would also cool to specify the language. But yeah, let's see if it works.
But yeah, it didn't apply it. Or did it?
Oh. Right.
Did it?
Apply. Accept.
All right.
And one. And oh, damn it. That would be too easy.
Yeah.
We built them still in the right directories. That looks good. But then something goes wrong. So we have. All right. So this one looks all right. Analyzer lib for pack. Okay. So what does it do? We. A lot of stuff not going on. Cool. Roslyn version batch.
Wow.
So, okay, that's cool. I think it extracts. Now it has a regex. Does it extract from the 4.0? I think it extracts from the 4.11.0 the 4.11, and from 4.3.0 extracts the 4.0. So that's cool. Then we print these in Roslyn versions. Let's call this batch. Here they are. Cool. Where does the Roslyn actually come from? Because it also says, or is this a different output?
No. There's. I think I see it in short version. Line 18. No. There's a Roslyn right in front.
Oh, yes, you're 100% correct. Cool. Yes, okay. So that's where this is coming from. That's cool. So that's good. Then we built the analyzer twice for those two versions, for 7 and for 3. Then we have analyzer lib for pack, which is now analyzers.net. This is like the target. Okay, this is, I guess this is not correct because there is no, not sure if this is fine. This looks off. Build NS into a separate subfolder. Maybe we just always print the output and say build ms build. Well, this is just the, this is the fallback. Let's not think about the fallback for now. And we get here then the analyzer builds ms build per Roslyn version. Wonderful. Then we, is this kind of overriding it? Can I do it again, but without the was, this is maybe some leftover from the fallback. I mean, it has the condition. Is this kind of the same thing again? Let's not think about this fallback because it looks quite, yeah, it's the same thing. And the, maybe too much comments, maybe confused. With the answer to get patch with a per version patch. So we define an item group and include analyzers.in Roslyn version batch short version. Is this with the percent? Is this what we saw above as well? Yes. So we can do percent and then a dot. Short version. CS file name extension. It looks good. But where's this file name? Will this just work? And then we have a condition. So if there is a Roslyn version batch, but I suppose this again is the fallback. So I'll just kill the fallback for now. And then we say this analyzer lib for the package paths. How do these look? I guess they don't look. Analyzers.net CS. Yeah, they don't include the version. This package. Now this. Because this one doesn't say, because the Roslyn version batch. Does this one include? No, because Roslyn version batch short version is actually includes the Roslyn. But why is this now empty down here? Now that is not sure. But maybe we just print the Roslyn version batch again. Message, text. Let's see what this is doing. Are we not?
Do you see it?
Oh, I forgot importance high.
Oh. Yeah, it's...
This does not include it anymore. So, but this is because there is some metadata to it, if I get it right. This Roslyn version batch now has the short version as some metadata to it. So maybe short. Is there anything happening in between? I don't think so. No, because that looks good. And then analyzer lib for pack is empty. Yeah, that's just empty.
Yeah.
Why is that? Because I mean, Roslyn version batch is not empty. So
Yeah.
this condition is true. And then we use the analyzer builds and attach this as a kind of looks maybe good old print line debugging.
Nice.
Analyzer builds before pack.
Yep.
So this actually, so those are the full paths, so they are good.
Yeah.
And then these kind of are empty. This item group. Analyzer lib for build. Maybe I will shorten it a bit, get rid of the fallback. And give it another try. In line, what's that? The resulting pack is empty. Why is that? We expected these to be the input for the item group that packs the analyzers into the assembly, into the package per Roslyn version. Oh, wow. So no, that's just a diff, right? Remove the old. So what is it? Oh wow. Well, that's a lot of code now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should have entered opened a new context window, because that kind of gets
Yeah,
maybe
it's a
Control
bit.
C, ask it again with a new context window, and maybe then this ms build task target should build analyzers per specified Roslyn version. Build them into a separate output, from which it should then be put into the resulting NuGet package in the path I'll remove the VB here. Let's stick with it seems that in line 40, the resulting
Oops.
I have a back. Oh, it already. Oh, cool. Is empty. Why is that? And can you fix it? Okay, it again has a lot of code. It also does some. So this is like a revert. Okay. Ensure Roslyn version metadata is paired with build analyzers output for correct package packaging. Ensure Roslyn version metadata is paired. Okay. Accept. Let's give it a try, and if not, perhaps we take off next time. And because now we have some build problems. But this may be just some prints. Maybe if we just do you know the game Bridge Builder?
No.
It's like,
But I think you told me about it before. Okay, tell
I
me
may
again.
have where you build like it's a 2D game.
Yeah.
It's also a 3D version. I think you build a bridge. You have a specific set of items and or money, and then you need to buy different materials and build a bridge. And then a car or a train, something goes over a couple of times, and it needs to hold. It's like a physics simulation game. And the bridge fell apart. So my brother just saw the parts that broke, removed them, and then it was working perfectly. Which to this day we still don't understand, but it is just remove the breaking parts and then see it work. Unfortunately, it doesn't apply to MS Build.
No.
Only applies to Bridge Builder. But I think, well, guess we're kind of almost there. Yeah, I definitely get a amazing help. And I suppose it's now the last 10%, 20% something to get that working. And so I guess this is where we will pick up then next time.
Awesome.
So we find the script. So we then actually have multi-targeting. Then we could also take a peek at the corner case, at the fallback cases, and also how we get then the preprocessor directives in, so that the Roslyn authors can then actually utilize these as well.
Amazing. Well, I think we did really great progress, actually. And I was going to say we didn't even go that much over, but it's again an hour. I don't know what just happened. But yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the show if we didn't do that. So yeah. Also, thank you for everyone, all of our viewers, for sticking with us. I hope you learned something as well, or at least had a bit of fun. It's always really, really great to have you. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to any of our social medias to keep up to date with upcoming content and also our upcoming streams. As always, if you'd like to reach out and say hi, it makes our day. And if you have any questions or suggestions, we always have an open ear. And I guess when will we be here next? When's our next stream?
In pretty much a week minus 3 hours. No, in 2 weeks minus 3 hours.
Yes.
And we will just continue where we left off today. And until then, we'll be back.